what we're going to show you is the water inlet setup on the machine itself. It's got 3/4 hose, and what we're running with here is Neato 6s. Now what we're going to do is take these out of here. The first one here is an adapter if needed, and this one here, which is going to go onto the customer's tap, hopefully. Now you'll see on this one here, yeah, it's got a reducer on, so it's 1/2 inch or 3/4. So if we unscrew, first of all you got the tap, which is 3/4. So if we take the 1/2 inch reducer out and screw that onto the tap, and out the rubber. Don't need to use any grips, just your fingers, that's all in your hand. We will then connect up the Neato 6 quick release to the customer's tap. Then going to go to the other side, and what we've got here is 3 different options the way we're working. Now you'll see what you've got is you've got the drain off point. So if we disconnected that drain off point there, we've got a Neato male. So if we wanted to, we could connect up to that point there and open that valve up in that position. But mainly that is used only for draining off in frosty weather. I'm then going to go to the back of the van and demonstrate there what's going on, what's happening. So at the back of the van, we've got the Neato female again, quick release that's coming through from the customer's tap. Now normally this goes through the hose, really need to have a little lead hose, which is this one here that connects up. So what we're going to do first of all, so if you was connected up first of all, you've got the choice. So we've got the overflow side and also hydrant point, so you could connect straight up to this quick release point there or there if you wanted to. You've then got the system with the ball cocking, so you could connect up to that. Now that's controlled, but also remember that you need to, when not in transit and you stopped, you need to put the bung in place, the blanking plug. At bottom, yeah, we've then got this system here, and what's happening is we can connect up here at this point. So we can connect up to that fitting that's coming through from the back of the van, from the tap, to that point. So this tap here at the moment is set up, and all the taps are closed off, you'll see, and there's only one open, and that is the tap that is going to the pump itself. So if you've got a full tank of water and you don't want to use that water, what you do is you turn that off, you then open the system up. So this valve here is open. So what you can simply do now is, if we filled up with water, we'd be working straight off the customer's tap mains. If we open that other red valve down there, so now the tank is filling, the machine is filling, it's also coming up over the dump return pipe as well, so it's giving you maximum flow of water all the time, no restrictions. Where when you're on a ball cock, that ball cock restricts the flow of water. The hydrant point gives you no restrictions, but like I say, you need to make sure that you can breathe, and that lid's got the breather on the top. So at the moment in time, what we've got there is we've got this tap, so the tap to the tank is open. So if we come to finish off at the end of the day and we've got a full tank of water, what we do is isolate the red tap, turn that so it's in that position. We will then open this. You will see then water in a minute or two going to travel through. So what we then do is go to the front of the vehicle, and we'd also open this off here as well. So the system now, automatically it's run out of the front, it's run out of the back. The system itself is drained off of water. We've also then got a filter inside there, down there, which you'd access from the other side. It is only hand tight, you don't need to use any tools or anything else. It's the banjo coupling, so it's very easy to undo. You're not getting all the grips and everything else to undo it, and inside there is a filter for protection. Okay. So when we've finished off at the end of the day, this machine, if it's full of water, it'll be left in this position as it is now. Tap open. Tap open. Now if we went now and open that valve again now, so we'll come back, we're going to start the machine up and get it ready to be used. So we'll open the tank, and what you'll see is you've got water coming out of the other side. We will open this one as well, just to get the air out. you've got water coming through. You fill up anything you need to fill. We'll close that one off, ready for the machine to be used. So, closed, that one open, and we'll go to the front of the van, and the machine now is in position. Air out the system, water in the tank, and what you'd have is your machine connected up, water mains all connected up, ready to go. What I'm demonstrating here now is showing you how to set up just on cold to start off with, and then we'll introduce the hot side of it to start off with. So first thing, you've got the switch at the back of the engine here, and that should be in on position down there. Then down this side here you've got the choke, you've got the fuel on, and what we're ready to do is also, this should always be left open when you finish off. So this prime, the frost valve should be left open. What will happen is when we start this machine, we'll have water coming out of there because it's primed itself up. Once it's up and running, we will then close it. So we've got full revs on the engine, choke on, knock the choke off as soon as it starts to choke. So what we're going to do now is get the boiler up and running. So on this system here you've got the 240 volt at this side, you've also got the 110 on the generator at the other side. You'll also see a switch here, and if we look there you'll see that switch. That switch is in the 230 volt version or 110. We're wanting 230, so we leave that switch alone at that point. Protection on there, so if it ever tripped out, there's a chance of a fault out, it would knock off at these switches, whichever it's plugged in at. Then got a 13 amp fuse protection on the system. So what we're going to do first of all is start it. Now at the moment that's in off position and that's in off. So what we'll do is get the generator up and running, switch on at the back. Now this is no revs on there, automatically revs up and throttles itself. So what we'll do is pull it over, choke, and the engine's up and running. We'll now turn this on to hot, and you'll see now the boiler running up at the top. Yeah, what we'll do is from the first valve to active, what we'll do now is put in the second third. So what right line press that button, that down, and what we do is open that valve up again every time. Every time you stop that machine, that valve is open, taking the stress and strain away from the engine, trying to start against pressure. It also means that if you left it for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months, that machine then has got chance of frost protection because it's got air into the system. So when we're going to the steam range, and obviously on that side of it, what we do is set the pressure up as we would do normally, turn the engine revs down via the throttle low and high, also the revs on the engine on the throttle at the back here. We also then change over, so the lance and stuff changes. So we've got jets here. So yellow is 15 degrees, the greens are 25 degrees, which are opening the spray pattern up. You then got the white, which are 40, and then you've got the 65, the black ones. So it's giving you a vast range. Now you'll notice we've got two sizes, two colours of yellow. One of them is a 4-5 and one of them is a 5. So what simply happens is this boiler, when they're new, nice and clean, it reflects the heat so it doesn't get as hot as normal. So what we're doing is going with a slightly smaller jet, so it gets up. Once it starts to coke up and everything else, that boiler then will start to accept the heat better. It will, instead of reflecting it, it will absorb the heat. It will take the heating around the boiler. Yeah, we've moved this over, so we're on there. Now if we're using the hose reel, we'll pull all that hose off. You never ever leave a hose on the reel when we're doing 150 degree steam, and that's what we're going to be doing. So what we've done is you connect up straight up with a 10 metre hose on this system. This is the steam lance, and what happens is we make this lance weep slightly, so when you let go of the trigger there's a slight weep on there, it doesn't build up pressure. So what we're going to do is introduce the first jet into the system. Now what you don't want to do is use all your water in your tank at times, so what we can do is lower the revs down right the way down until you take control of it. So what we do is we set up this thermostat, we turn it to 90 degrees to start off with. We'll lower the revs down and also the pressure. So what we do is use one of these valves and open it right the way up. So what we're doing is putting less volume water through the system. It's going to get us up there. Once we get it up to say 90 degrees, we'll then take it up to 120, and then from 120 we'll take control of it so it's doing 150 degree steam. So what we'll do is get this machine up and running. Pressure on, revs up at the moment, only to start it, and as soon as it starts I will then knock the revs off. Choke on. Turn the engine revs down. Close the valve, and we're opening this valve up. Now start the generator.
bleeding with a chance to be water and to the car park. Now today it's not too bad. It's not big, but very warm here. It's 25 today. You just slow getting it clean. All this area will be completely surrounded by fog. Cool it down. It's good at home. We'll keep it all running. Let's go down. Off the top road. And then turn the boiler off. Turn this off.
So what we're moving on to now is chemical applicator system. So we switched it over now. What we've gone to the chemical on this side. We've then using through the hose reel system, and we've changed the gun over to the chemical resistant gun. What things we'll be using here is the chemical applicator nozzles that give us all different variations. When we introduce the pole, we can then introduce the rotary brush, which will show you, patio cleaner pan and different things like that that can work on this system as well, that will be going with it, rotating. Now be careful, that is a copperhead brush. Obviously it's very, very harsh. Nylon, which is better for doing brickwork and stuff. And then you've got the soft hog hair, which is great for doing gutters and all that type of work as well. You've got the brush, normal brushes, but also the rotating brushes. So what we'll do is set the machine up. Primary frost valve should be open. I should have opened that last time I finished off with it. And what we'll do is turn the revs up on the system, and we'll get the machine up and running.